Hi everyone, welcome to Guide to Fluency, where we review language programs and apps to help you on your language learning journey. Today I'll be comparing two of the most visual apps we've reviewed to date, LingoPie and Rosetta Stone. LingoPie takes a video-based learning approach by curating shows and films for you to watch in your target language and learn the language semi-intuitively. Rosetta Stone, on the other hand, is a game-like learning app with short drill-type lessons. I'll fill you in on the biggest differences between the two, and by the end of this video, you'll have a strong understanding of what both apps are like and which one will be a better fit for your learning needs. In case you need more information, there's also a detailed written review over on our website. Just Google Guide to Fluency, LingoPie versus Rosetta Stone. Let's start with a quick overview of each app, starting with LingoPie. LingoPie is a language learning platform that uses movies and shows to immerse you in your target language in an entertaining and engaging way. You sign up, pick your target language, and you're presented with a dashboard full of shows and movies to choose from. Of course, it's all organized in categories like latest releases, cartoons, mysteries, and more. Their approach focuses on immersion and contextual-based learning instead of traditional classroom-style instruction. LingoPie exposes learners to authentic, real-world content to surround you with genuine input from your environment, cultural nuances, and everyday language. When watching and listening to these shows and movies with subtitles and utilizing LingoPie's interactive features, users can enhance their listening comprehension, vocabulary, and grasp of grammar in a more engaging and natural way. Next, Rosetta Stone. So there's 20 learning units covering various thematic topics such as health, dining, and travel, for example, and then each unit contains 4 lessons, each divided into 4 sections. There's a core lesson, which takes around 30 minutes to complete, and then separate sections for pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar, which each take around 10 minutes. So in total, this all adds up to about an hour per lesson. Or when you first sign up for Rosetta Stone, you'll be asked to answer various questions about your current skill level, reasons for learning another language, etc. And you can choose to follow a custom weekly study plan created by the company instead of the standard 20-unit path. So really, the choice is yours at the end of the day. As far as pricing between the two, LingoPie is only slightly cheaper at $40 for 3 months, $88 for a year, or around $230 for lifetime access. These options also include all of the content from their 10 available languages. However, to get the most out of this app, you'll need a Netflix or Disney Plus subscription, as those give you access to the latest and greatest content. Compare that to Rosetta Stone's 3-month plan, which starts at $45, $120 for a year, or their lifetime subscription for around $180 that includes all 25 of their language courses. Since we can't really declare an outright winner here, we'll say that LingoPie can be better on a monthly basis if you have those streaming platforms already, but Rosetta can sometimes be found cheaper for their lifetime plans. These prices tend to fluctuate as sales change, and you'll usually be able to find some kind of promo code out there that can help you get their lower rates. We'll keep the description down below updated with the latest promo codes we can find. Now let's get into the pros of each app, starting off with LingoPie. The first highlight for the app is its video-based approach to learning is great for visual learners. The content you get to stream through LingoPie is premium content you'd likely want to watch regardless of the learning aspect. I'm not just saying that, these are movies and shows you can find on platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus. It might sound intimidating to jump right into a show with a more advanced vocabulary in the target language you choose, but LingoPie does a wonderful job of filtering content by difficulty level. Rosetta Stone has some videos in their resources tab, but it's mostly picture-based instead of video. And we just think LingoPie's overall content is easily more engaging. The next feature I'd like to highlight for LingoPie is the tools built into their program over the video player. LingoPie doesn't just throw you in to watch a video using a new language and expect you to learn that way. The subtitles of the videos provide instant translations. Aside from that, the subtitles are also color-coded to help give you a visual of how sentences are structured, as well as any grammar rules that are at play. This helps you, the learner, be able to identify the parts of speech, allowing for more than just auditory learning. There's also a loop feature that allows you to replay scenes until you feel comfortable in your understanding. On top of that, you can also control the playback speed to slow down the audio. You're still learning intuitively, however, you have a few aids to help you. The final positive I have for LingoPie is the grammar instruction. I think grammar is easily one of the strengths of the LingoPie program for a few reasons. Although I believe an excess focus on grammar can sometimes get in the way of your learning progress, some programs that totally omit grammar instruction can make it difficult to advance. LingoPie has great, concise grammar instruction, making it perfect for people that are just getting familiar with their target language. Most importantly, in my opinion, is LingoPie's Grammar Coach. So when you click on the light bulb icon below the video screen, LingoPie provides a detailed explanation of why a character said a particular word and the grammar rules behind the statement. In other words, LingoPie's Grammar Coach not only explains grammar rules and usage, but it also demonstrates how grammar rules are applied in real-life situations. So that's what we like about LingoPie, but before we get into the highlights for Rosetta Stone, I want to mention that here at Guide to Fluency, we're on a mission to help 1 million people learn a second language. As part of that goal, we're giving away a free language learning subscription to one of our lucky subscribers. It's super simple to enter. I'll leave all the details down below in the description. Now let's move into the advantages of Rosetta Stone compared to LingoPie. First, as you can probably imagine, given what I mentioned earlier about the lesson format, I believe Rosetta Stone is an excellent option for visual learners looking for an exercise-based approach. The Rosetta Stone lessons rely heavily on pictures for almost every practice exercise, making it ideal for those who remember information best using visual cues. And your lessons are more targeted, so you're more likely to come away from a lesson with some new words in your tool belt. The second advantage of using Rosetta Stone, in my view, is its emphasis on immersive learning. And while it can be argued that LingoPie also is an immersive learning option, Rosetta Stone's ends up feeling more like a classroom where your teacher would only speak in the language you're learning. I believe that in the long run, this approach significantly accelerates the language acquisition process, since continuous exposure to words and phrases leads to rapid and more effective expansion of vocabulary. This is because fluency involves thinking and expressing oneself directly in the target language, rather than mentally translating between the languages in your mind. So from this perspective, I'm a strong supporter of Rosetta Stone's immersive learning framework. Next thing I'd like to highlight about Rosetta Stone's program is their true accent speech technology, which is something the company has invested a lot in developing over the years to ensure that feedback on your pronunciation is quick, accurate, and user-friendly. So how it works is that throughout the Rosetta Stone lessons, you'll be asked to engage in drills in which you listen and then repeat words and phrases, allowing the speech tool to assess and rate how accurate your pronunciation is. It also boosts your own self-confidence in using the language. LingoPie speech software worked fine, and it's neat you can turn any sentence from the show you're watching into a quick exercise. But we found the way these exercises were weaved right into your lesson and actually getting feedback from the program to be better with Rosetta. Now that we've given you a brief overview of each app, which one should you go with? Well, if you're looking for a really casual learning experience and already have access to a Netflix or Disney Plus account, we won't hesitate to use LingoPie. Of all the apps like it, it's the most complete video-based learning platform we've tested, and it has a variety of learning tools built into your video player. This app can make binge watching into a learning experience, and native input is essential for learning a language. But the lessons aren't as direct, and you'll need to do a lot of work on your own to be sure you're getting the most out of LingoPie. Rosetta Stone, however, is a tool that will work well for most visual learners who want a more direct learning approach. With decades of experience in this space, we think they're the safer option and our overall pick for this video. But if it's possible, we think combining LingoPie and Rosetta Stone could be great for visual learners just starting out. You'll get input from native speakers with LingoPie to turn your downtime into a learning opportunity, and targeted lessons from Rosetta Stone to help you start building a solid foundation you can build on. That's all I have for you today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more language learning content. Bye for now.